Alright guys, today we're going to be going through some karate based gripping, grappling and clinch work. Common misconception, as I'm sure you all know if you watched our previous videos, is that karate is predominantly a striking art. There's actually a lot of clinching, a lot of grappling, throws, takedown sweeps, etc. Today we're just going to be focusing on the stand-up grappling, and we'll cover takedowns and throws a bit later on hopefully. So the first thing we're going to have a look at is we're already in the clinch, so we're not going to be covering entering the clinch. We covered that in the previous video. So we're already going to be in the clinch, and our opponent has already got a very good strong position on us. My opponent's goal mainly now is to pull my head down and either control me and put me to the ground. I like to ragdoll me, do whatever he wants, or he'll be pulling me down and he's going to knee me straight in the head. Okay, so I need to mitigate that. I need to remove that as much as possible. The first thing is, if my opponent's grip is like this, and remember when you're training, be a bit soft when you're drilling the motions, but when you get used to it and you're actually stress testing it, you're live testing it, have force. There's no point if it's really weak. Okay, and then I just do, oh wow, it worked, hooray. Of course it's going to work because he's not trying. Okay, so you have to make sure that you do both ways. Okay, so it's a bit strong. Right, so we can break this fairly easily. Okay, I can put one arm across and pull this up if I want. I can cup underneath here and pull it up like that. Okay, we just need to get rid of that grip. So put up and come over very easily. Okay, even if it's a bit stronger. Okay, instead of using just one arm now, it's strong. Even if it's one arm now, I can use two and pull up. Okay, because I can come forward then inside instead of going round like I did before. Okay, but that's fairly easy to do, and even like we did the clinch before, our tie clinch, if we come inside like this, now we're in control. I can pull my opponent's head down, knee him, etc. Okay, but what if the gap that's there isn't big? By the gap I mean in between his elbows. If it's really small, I have even less leverage now. I can't really do much by going inside. He's going to push really hard. I can't really do anything. I can't open with one arm. I can barely open with two arms, and I can't get the arms through properly to go around his neck. So instead of going under, I'm going to come over. I'm going to put one arm over his elbows, and the other one I'm going to cross over my own head, and I'm going to sink my forearm into my opponent's neck, just there like that. So I'm controlling his head, and I'm trying to break whatever combination he's got going on here. So I'm pushing this down there. If I want to, I can drop my forearm, the blade of my forearm, straight into his neck a couple of times. It hurts quite a lot because there's nothing to flex in his neck, and you don't condition the neck, so it's even harder. So you're going to be bashing it in there. You can control the head. You can knee him to the head. You can knee him to the body, kick his legs up, etc. Eventually they're going to let go. Alright, because you're not going to stay there just like that. One more time. Let's do it from the other side actually. A different view. Okay, so we're covering with one side and we're putting the other arm over here like this. We want to use force. We're doing it now, we're not dragging the head. We want to drag it as much as possible. So we break our opponent's structure. The more we break it, the less of a grip it's going to have on us, and ultimately all we need to do is smack. We push it straight away, it's going to break. We can get away very nicely. Okay, so that's the first one. To practice and drill this nice and slowly, one arm over, other arm, so you're making, just putting one on top of the other, and you just push into your opponent's neck and then let go. Okay, I'll do it to my opponent now and you'll do it to me. Goes over the top. Easy peasy lemon squeeze. Okay, so for the second clinch grip or exercise that we're going to do, instead of our partner having both arms, he's going to have one arm around us. So we'll go for the, what's this, left arm, yeah, this time. And I'll put my arm here just to rest it. You don't have to, you can have your arms here like this, that's fine. But if you find yourself in this position, here's something that you can do. What we want to do is get on his outside here. If you don't know the outside from the inside, inside is where his body is facing. Okay, this side here, and the outside is literally on the outside of him. If you change arms, the outside and inside changes. So his inside is this, all of the front of his body, and the outside is all of the side and the back of his body. Okay, change that. Right, it doesn't really matter what legs you have in, we're going to work through even having the wrong foot forward. Okay, so I'm going to put mine here to rest. We could be fighting from here, we could be wrestling, grappling, trying to get into an advantageous position. ultimately what I want to do is cup this arm up and then move forward straight away. I want to make a U shape with my head. If I just go too far around, it'll take too long to go back up. Alright, and if our partner, you know, is fighting us, is actually trying to hurt us. So if we take too long to do any specific thing, we put ourselves in a worse position. He won't be pushing me away because that's good because I can run. So, but he'll be, you know, he'll be more aggressive against it. Okay, so we want to have quick, short movements instead. So I'm going to be making that U shape, like I said. We're going to cup over, and I'm going to put my head right where his shoulder is on the outside, not on the inside, on the outside. So I'll be lifting up, and we come straight through. Notice how I step forward slightly. Okay, if I leave my foot behind him like this, so I'm leaning too far forward, he can push me back, or he can pull me straight away. Okay, I'm off balance, basically. We need to be solid when we're doing this. So we're here like this, we're fighting, whatever. I find the opening, I lift up, come through straight away. Okay, I take that little step forward, like I said. Then I use the back leg, or in this case, it's my left leg. I step over. Alright, and we're going to do that ring throw that we've done in class before, but a slight different variation. Last time we did it, we had our hands here like this, and then we swung him around a little bit over the hip. This time we're going to be stepping round with our back foot, which is now my right leg. Be stepping round this way, and I'm going to be turning my partner with me. Okay, so we'll do it once first, slowly first. I like to have one hand on his back and the other one just going upwards, so I'm pushing his bottom half towards me and his back half the other way around. Okay, watch. So we swing round, straight away. Okay, let's go, whatever. We can hold on to finish though. So we come here, we're wrestling, fighting, whatever. Come through. Okay, we step round. Make sure to step round. Okay, throw is not going to work from here. If I try to do resist, right, there's nothing for him to trip over. Okay, so we need to step round. So now when I try and pull him, if he tries to resist, I can walk forward, and I'm in a better position than my opponent is. Okay, so we're here, we'll step round, and I'm going to step over. This time I'm going to try and hold on to him as much as possible. Step round, hold on to him. From there, I've still got my arm stuck in there. And look at that hammer fist. Bang, bang, bang. I can knee him to the back of the head if I wanted to, and then move away. Okay, shall we do it from the other side now, yeah? Let's have the other arm. So last time we did, yeah. So we're moving to the other side now. Remember, don't forget that U shape. It doesn't really matter how you start off. If we start off here really, really close, we ultimately want to get to this position here. Okay, where our opponent's hand is on the back of our head. Lift up the same way. Do it with some resistance now. So we're fighting, wrestling, putting his arm back and forth, him extending and making his arm shorter every single time. You know when I'm going to move. Now I've moved. I've got to my position. I've taken that step forward. Now my back leg is my right leg. I'm going to step round and I'm going to pull him over this way. Remember, it's round and down. It's not just round. If it's just round, it'll look like this. That's just round. See, nothing happened. And if it's just down, it'll look like this. It's not going to go anywhere. It has to be a combination of both round and down, alright? So I've taken that step with my left leg, my back leg comes over, and I'm going to go round and down, stepping round with my back leg now. Step round, and yank him all the way down. This time it's falling in a different position. I'm keeping this hand here, not over on the side. I'm keeping this hand here to stop him if he decides to use this arm and swing back round. I'm in a bit of control here. I've controlled him. Can smack him a little bit, and then move away. One thing that I just thought of now, if we do that long motion instead of the shorter U, so we've got the other arm. So if we're here in this position, and if we don't move forward, if we just go round like this, look, his elbow's right next to my face. So he'll elbow me in the face, in the head, or he can forearm me straight away. It's in a horrible position, so make sure that you do go forward. Okay, one more time, nice and slow. We have it in this position. We want to cup the arm as much as possible. It's better if it's longer. If it's short, it's much more difficult. So try and find that long position. We come around. We step forward with our back leg. Now we take another step. One arm on his back and the other arm up top. We're going round and down. I'm going to swing round with my back leg now. 3, 2, 1. Prime position for knees to the face. Okay, so the final thing we're going to go through is something from this kind of position again. Which arm do we have? This one. So it's in open or opposite, whatever you want to call it. I've got my left arm, he's got his left arm. Both on our necks, okay? What I want to do is clear his face back and hyperextend this arm, alright? There's two ways I can do this. When you are going to push your partner in the face, tell them I'm going to push you in your face, okay? And all I'm going to do is just push them back like that, okay? And I'm going to step back at the same time. If you want to do it with the same arm because it's a shorter distance, you can do it like that as well. But notice how I've lifted my shoulder and kept my head or my neck back, so I lock this hand in there. That's important because when we snap back, we want this on his arm, okay? On his elbow mainly. Then we go and find his elbow, just there like that. And I'm going to grab my own arm and I'm going to turn and step round and back with my back leg. Okay, and I'm going to turn his arm downwards, so you'll see the effect of it right now. 3, 2, 1. You turn and it goes down there like this. What we're doing is, you're right, yeah? Tap if it's hurting. Okay? What we're doing here from that position is we're just hyperextending his arm. If you remember the wrist lock, we'll do it very, very gently. The wrist lock, where we secure one of the muscles and ligaments, and we turn it round and down, and then our opponent goes down. I'm not going to do because I've done it too many times to him. Okay, it's going to hurt. Watch our previous Kata Bunkai video if you want to see that in action. We're doing the same thing on the elbow joint instead. Okay, one more time. Here like this. I'm going to have the other leg forward this time. So you push on his face straight away to extend this. Another way you can do that if you don't want to push on his face, you want to get really nasty. We've done this before in class. If you get your 2 fingers and you jab it straight into his throat, you'll get this effect. Okay? Straight, okay, now you do to me now. Oh, okay, straight away, alright? It's nasty. Try it at home. Excellent reflex. But the idea is if he's really hurting me, if he's really pulling me close, I can't extend this arm out, fingers straight, straight away it works. And I've got my hand on his elbow and I'm pushing, and my shoulder and my head are clamping his arm together. Alright? And as soon as that happens, I'll step back with my left leg and grab on this side here like this and then turn at the same time. From there, if you want to just follow down his arm towards his head, you can punch from there, you can pull this arm back, kick him to the face, leave him alone. One final thing, we're going to jump straight back to the very first exercise, just remembered it now. If you clinch around my neck here like this, we did that, okay, at the beginning of the video. Fingers also come in handy here. The same principle, step back, I'm going to stab you in your throat. Ready? Okay, look at his face. Okay, I'm going to be stepping back with my front leg and I'm going to extend him again. 3, 2, straight away we get out of it, okay? Obviously he knew it was going to happen, so you can brace for it. But most people, when they get you in this position, especially in school, you see this all the time in school, when they say, what are you saying? And then they just expose this lovely piece of throat for you to shove your fingers into a lot. Okay, so that's just another option you can do. Cover this and then shove it straight in there. It'll loosen the grip straight away. You can remove yourself from the situation as quickly as possible. Alright guys, so that was 3 different karate clinching, grappling or gripping techniques, whatever you would like to call them. We covered the Morote Uke right at the beginning and right at the end. Then we went through a little bit of flow style wrestling. There's no real specific word for it, and there's no real kata based off it, but it is traditional karate wrestling and grappling. Okay guys, if you have any questions, feel free to let us know.